Hello everyone, this is Miss Moreland. Today we're going to make this cute little shark art craft by iheartcraftythings.com that I found online. So you're going to need a couple of things before we get started. You're going to need 2 shades of blue paper, one light and one dark. If you do not have 2 shades of blue paper, you can take your old worksheets, flip them over, and color on the back side of them using crayon or marker, whatever you have available, and color in one light blue and one dark blue. This is great for your fine motor skills and builds up strength in your hands for coloring. You're also going to need a piece of newspaper. You can ask an adult in the house to give you an article of newspaper that they are not using. Here are some other supplies you're going to need: scissors for cutting, glue or tape for assembling the project together, a black marker or crayon, maybe even a pencil for tracing out your design. You're also going to need another piece of white scrap paper to draw out the eyes or to make any other designs on your project. So everyone, let's take out our newspaper and get our black marker out so we can start tracing the shape of the shark. So here I have my newspaper, and as you can see, I drew a triangle shape and I kind of made it a little wider so that way the shark will kind of fit on my blue piece of paper, but also leave some blue around the edges. If you need help with this, you can ask an adult in your house to help you cut or either make the triangle for you. Once you cut out your newspaper, it should look something like this. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's your artwork, and however best you can cut it will be fine. Once you have your triangle pieces, you're going to take them. So here I'm just using a clipboard just to show you. So you're going to take your light blue piece of paper, and if you don't have a light blue piece of paper, you can color in one with crayon. If you have like white paper, you can color it blue. And you're going to take your shark that you cut out, and you're going to see where you like it. I would try to go somewhere a little bit low, but not too low. You're going to leave a little room on the bottom so we can cut out the waves to make the ocean. So now I'm either going to glue or tape my shark on. So for making it simple, I'm just going to tape it on to my paper. And as you can see, Miss Moreland is taking her time and now lost the end of her tape. So now I gotta find it. Hold please. Found the end of the tape. She cut off a little piece and she just is taping it on her shark. There we go. So it kind of looks like this, if you can see. So now I did not have dark blue paper. So what I did is I found an old folder and I'm going to cut that out to make the wave. Now, if you need help making the waves, you can ask an adult in your house to help you draw out a wave. Just make sure whatever paper you're using, you kind of measure it to the paper that you are using and just see how much or how thick you want the wave. So you see I left some thickness down here, so I'm going to have to make this a little bit thicker so that way it covers the bottom of the shark. So here I go tracing out a wave. Good luck. Here is my wave that I drew out. It's not perfect, but I did my best. So I'm going to carefully take my scissors and I'm going to cut out my wave. You do the same. Oops. So here is my wave. It's not perfect. I liked to leave some of the black line on there just to make it look a little different. abstract, whatever the art terminology is. And I also left some blue on the top. So it didn't have to be perfectly cut out on the line. It's whatever you want to do and whatever's easy for you. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to see where I want it on my shark. Do I want it higher? Do I want it higher? No. Do I want it low? Maybe. So I'm going to put it somewhere around here, and I kind of like the waves, and I can move it around to see what kind of wave style I like on it. As you can see, my piece that I cut is a little bit longer, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of trimming, but that's okay. So you try to do that and glue your piece on where you want, and let's see how it looks. So this is what it looks like after I glued or taped my wave on. Now, as you can see, like I said, I have some edges that are hanging out, which is okay. I'm going to cut that in a little bit once my glue dries, because I glued it this time. And now I'm going to go to what's missing on our shark. We're missing the shark's eyes and the shark's big mouth. So I'm going to show you how to do that next. Okay. So this is how I'm going to draw my eyes and mouth, or actually the teeth for the mouth. I do not have white paper, so I'm just using a scrap piece of white paper. I had my kids practice some coloring by numbers, so now that that's done, I am just using that as my for my eyes and mouth. So you can make your eyes as big as you want, as small as you want. So I kind of like my shark to have medium big eyes, if that makes sense. So I'm going to draw a circle here and a circle here. And then I'm going to cut around the circles for the eyes and see if that's the size I want. After I'm done cutting that out, I'm going to also draw some teeth. So my shark's teeth is going to have triangle teeth. And let's see. I think I might draw 10 teeth. 5 on top and 5 on the bottom. And if I need more, I'll just use this scrap paper to draw more. So I think it would probably be easier to do the triangles on the bottom of my paper. And I might have a few extra pieces, which is great, because if I need to fill in some space, I can use those extra pieces. So I'm going to take my marker or crayon or whatever you have at home, and I'm going to just draw a triangle. So you're just going to go up and down. And I'm just going to do the same thing, up and down. And then I'm going to go up and down. I think you get the point. And I'm going to show you a little trick how you can get more than one set out of these teeth. And down. So I'm going to have this little weird triangle piece at the end, but that's okay because I probably won't use it. So you notice I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teeth. I got an extra tooth. Great. So maybe my shark might have 12 teeth. So instead of doing this up and down triangle again somewhere else over here and cutting here and there, the trick that I'm going to do, and hopefully I get this right because it's been a while, I'm just going to draw a straight line across connecting the tips of the triangle like this. So what happens is that when I cut out these triangle pieces, I'm going to have also triangle pieces here on top. So I'm going to have triangle pieces here on the bottom, triangle pieces on top. And that's a cool trick to save you time so you can make a set. And somewhat the teeth should match. So let's try. I'm going to start cutting and you try to start cutting too. Take your time. This is a nice project to do at home and do it nice and slow. So that way you make minimal mistakes. Minimal meaning little. It'll be fun if I show you how I cut my triangle. So I just did the top and I cut it straight across. As you can see, some of my lines are uneven, which is okay because the back of it is blank, so we'll figure it out. No big deal. So I'm going to show you how I cut it. just so you know. So I take the triangle right here, and I'm just going to take my scissors and snip. And I kind of have to move my paper around a little bit. And this is great fine motor skills that Miss Alicia, if you see Miss Alicia, will love you to practice. So I'm just going to try to cut on the line and snip. If my paper falls on the floor, that's okay. Now look, I have one piece of triangle. If I do this right, I should have at least 12 triangles. And then look, snip. My paper falls, it's okay, but look, I got another triangle. So you're just going to keep doing that all the way across and take your time with it. We don't want anybody to snip their fingers, just the paper, so take your time. And if you need help cutting because they're too small, ask an adult in your house to help you cut. It is okay to always ask for help. Let's see, I'm almost done. I just let the paper fall so that way I don't snip my fingers trying to hold it. Okay. And and you don't have to cut exactly on the line. Somewhat close to the line will be fine. This is your artwork. You can do what you want. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I only have 11. I'm supposed to have 12. All right, so I have 11 teeth. We'll figure that out another day. So my shark might have just 11 teeth. By the way, Miss Moreland is not great at math, so. Remember how I said that my shark is going to have a little bit of an extra piece of the ocean? So I'm just going to snip that off. Okay. Snip. And I hold my paper upside down just so I could get as close to the edge. And I just let it fall and snip. So this is what, so far, my shark looks like. So he's missing, or she's missing, he, she, whatever you would like it to be, is missing its eyes and nose. So now we're going to glue or tape the eyes and nose, the eyes and mouth. So let me see where I want my eyes. I think I might want my eyes somewhat to the side. And it doesn't have to be right on top of the shark like that. I kind of want it off to the edge just to give it a little more dimension, make it a little more spooky. So that's where I'm going to glue or tape my eyes. So you try to do the same. These are my eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my crayon or marker, and let me see. I could either draw a dot in the center, or I could draw a dot up high like my shark is looking up. I can do it on the sides here to make my shark looking sideways. So you can put your dot anywhere you want. I'm going to put my dot in the center. Like, almost like he's looking right at us. Starting to look like a shark, don't you think? Who knows? Let's see. Okay, so we're going to try to draw the shark's mouth. Now, a shark, you can have a happy shark, you can have a mean shark. So it's up to you what kind of shark you want. When I think of a shark, I think they're scary. So I'm going to draw kind of like a scary shark. So I'm going to take my black marker or crayon and draw an upside down, kind of like a half circle. Now, instead of using a marker or crayon, I'm going to actually use a pencil. Just because if I make a mistake, I can erase a pencil. I can't erase a marker. So let me see if I can find a pencil. No. So let's see. Oh, I found the mechanical pencil, so I'm going to try to use this. So I'm just going to trace out, and it's hard to kind of see because a pencil is so light, which is nice. And I'm going to trace out a half a circle, which is this shape, another word for this shape is called an arch or an arc. So I'm going to draw either an arch or an arc on my shark's mouth. So it kind of looks a little sad. I don't know if you could see it, but it looks a little sad almost. Then I'm going to connect the two ends together. So let's see. I connected the two ends together. And you notice that I left a little bit of some room on the sides, so the mouth is kind of somewhat in the center. Now, making my mouth, I kind of realized that my teeth might be too big for my shark's mouth. He's going to have crowding in his mouth. So I'm thinking I might have to draw, I have a couple options here. Tell me what you guys think. Hopefully this doesn't fall. Ah, it fell. And someone inside the waves. Hold on. Hold, please. This again. So here is what my teeth are going to look like inside my shark's mouth. It's a little overcrowding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shark teeth and trim them. I'm also going to take my mouth and maybe make it a little bit longer, and that way that would give my shark's mouth a little more room for his teeth. So see, trial and error, kids. Nothing is perfect, and it is okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. When we make a mistake, we can just erase it and try it again, or hey, let's see how it comes out. Maybe it might look better than the original. So you try to figure out your mouth while I try to work on my mouth, and I'll be right back. So this is what I did to my shark's mouth. I made it a little bit bigger. And as you can see that on this side, I have a lot of these little extra lines, which is okay. Because what we're going to do is you're going to take your marker or crayon and you're going to color in, and please forgive me, my marker is fading, so I might have to find a black crayon somewhere in my house. And you're just going to color it in. Just like that. So you're going to color it in so it's nice and black inside his mouth. And then I'm going to show you what I did with the teeth to make it fit. So all of you make your mouth, color it in black, and then I will show you what to do next with the teeth. So I finished drawing the mouth of my shark. Now, if you don't have black, you can also use red. Like if he just ate a fish, you can even use orange, you can use pink. So you don't always have to use black. I also took my black crayon because I ran out of ink in my black marker. I went around the edges of my eye and just kind of colored it in a little bit just to make his eyes look really, really big. And that's a cool trick that you could do. And if you didn't cut around the black lines, you can also do that on your ocean. Just color maybe the edge of it black if you want. Just to give it a little more definition. That's totally up to you. It's your project. You could be as creative with it as you want. So now I'm going to put the shark's teeth on. So to put the shark's teeth on, I'm just going to look, and as you can see, I cut my teeth smaller so it can fit in its mouth. So I'm going to try to put one tooth on, and I'm going to put some tape on it. And you can try that too, and see where you want your shark's tooth to fit. So I'm going to do one, and this is how I trimmed it. I just took my scissors, and I just trimmed one edge, and I just trimmed the other edge. So I can still keep that triangle shape. And now I'm going to tape it on. Okay, so here's one shark tooth that I taped on. Now here's another. And as you can see, they're different sizes, which is okay, because sometimes our teeth in our mouth are different sizes as well. So I'm just going to go around, and then I'm going to show you how to do the bottom. So you try that, go around, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm sure yours is going to come out amazing. Okay, so this is what my shark looks like with just the top teeth. I think it looks pretty cool just like that, but we all know that shark have bottom and top teeth, so I might as well put some bottom teeth. Kind of hard to chew your food with just top teeth. So let's try it. So I'm going to take my glue or my tape, whatever I have available, and I'm going to put some bottom teeth on. Now, it's not going to be the same amount that I have on top. I might have to put a little less, which is okay. And I might have to find some pieces that are not too big, not too small to fit. So it looks like I'm only going to be able to fit 3 pieces. Some might be big, some might be little, but it's okay. Like I said, this is your shark. You could do whatever you want with it and make it however you like. So this is what my shark looks like. So I was only able to put 3 teeth. So let's see how many teeth my shark has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not bad. I wanted about 10 teeth, so that's exactly what I got. And he doesn't have an even number on top and on the bottom, but it looks pretty cool. So how do you think my shark feels? Do you think he looks happy? Do you think he looks sad? Does he look mean? Does he look like he's in shock? Kind of have my face. Because I'm surprised that I did such a nice looking shark. So I think that's it for our shark project. If you want to decorate it some more, you could put some clouds, some sun. If you want to get really fancy, then it's totally up to you. If you have any extra of your white scrap paper and want to draw your shark, let's see, what do sharks eat? Pizza? Because that's my favorite food, pizza. French fries actually is my second favorite too. Or you can draw your shark eating broccoli. How funny is that? You can draw your shark eating broccoli. Because I do like broccoli too. So I'm going to draw like maybe a little broccoli leaf like that. I don't know if you could see. Here's my broccoli leaf. If you want to draw your shark eating a fish, I kind of draw a really simple fish, and this is what it's going to look like. Give me 1 second. Draw the fish. I'm going to draw my fish underneath my broccoli tree that I made for you. What you can do is draw like an oval, like that. Do you see the oval? So here's the oval, like that. And then the pointier side of the oval, I'm gonna make a triangle shape, like that. Oops. So that's how I draw my fish. And then if you need help, you can ask an adult to help you cut out your fish or your broccoli. Well, actually, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to trace my fish with either my black marker or crayon. And it doesn't have to be, straight on the lines. You can kind of color on the line. And this is what I do when I mean coloring on the lines. You see how kind of my lines are a little like squiggly, which is fine. I'm going to color in, outline my broccoli. And since this is something new that we're adding on to our project just to make it fun and creative, I have to find a green crayon because broccoli is green, and I have to find either, let's see, an orange crayon or I think the shark already has too much blue. So maybe I'm going to try to find an orange or red or even a purple crayon. So why don't you go look for your crayons and I'm going to go look for my crayons and we're going to color in these pieces together. Let's try to add something different to our project. Change is good, so let's see if we can change it up. So I found the box of crayons. Lucky me. I found this in storage somewhere in my house for my kiddos. So I'm going to start with the goldfish. So I'm going to paint my fish orange, I guess. And I'm just going to stay somewhat in the lines because it doesn't matter because you're going to cut out your fish anyway. So if you're a little off the line, no worry. No worry. Maybe I might paint his tail a different color. Maybe I might do it like a red because our ocean fish are somewhat colorful. Have you ever been to the aquarium and you've seen the fish that they have there? Some of them are either like gray like a shark or in darker shades of color so that they can blend in and other fish can't see them, like camouflage. But then there's some really tropical, beautiful fish that are all different colors. And I love those fish. So, maybe this is a little mean. So I'm going to put an X for his eyes. Because, you know, he's kind of sad because the shark is eating him. And I'm going to put a sad little face. Because I don't think anybody would be happy if a shark is eating him. So I'm going to put a little X. I'm going to put a sad face because the shark is having him for a snack. Sorry. And then I'm going to take green. Oh God, there's so many colors here. My goodness. Can I just have a green? This one says shamrock, so somewhat green. So I'm just going to color my broccoli green. And like I said again, it's okay if you're off the lines because you're going to cut this out anyway. Just coloring it in. I'm coloring it fast so I don't waste some of your time. But you can take your time with this because I know you guys want me to keep it moving. So color it in. Your broccoli and your fish. So once you're done coloring, you're going to take your scissors and you're going to try to cut it on the line or next to the line, whatever you want to do. It's totally up to you. This is your artwork. Do what you want. Just be careful to only cut the paper and not your fingers. And again, if you need help, ask an adult to help you cut. But only ask them if you really need the help. If you know how to cut, try to do it yourself. Because I know it's hot out there, and sometimes we get a little hot and lazy, we're tired, and we kind of ask for help when we really don't need it. It's always good to do things yourselves. Because it makes you smarter, it makes you stronger, it makes you more independent. It's part of growing up. I'm almost done with my mushroom. And it's okay, my broccoli. And here's my little broccoli. Looks like he's giving me a high five. High five. So here's my shark. Maybe he's a little angry because he's hungry. and he doesn't have his broccoli. So I'm going to figure out where I want my broccoli. Do I want my broccoli in here? Do I want it sideways? Do I want it this way? Any way you want. Maybe it's hanging out of his mouth a little bit because he kind of doesn't like broccoli, so he's just going to chew on it a little bit. You can even have the floury sides, because my kids, when they eat broccoli, they only like to eat the top part of the broccoli. They call it trees, little trees. So when I say, oh, it's time to eat your little trees, they only eat the tops. They don't like the bottoms. Whatever. And then here's my sad little fish. So I can take my fish and figure out where I want to put it. Maybe my shark is going to eat his fish and his broccoli. Why not? Sometimes we eat two things, right? Sometimes you eat your fish or your chicken or your vegetables at the same time. You know, your stomach is one big compartment. It doesn't separate. So whatever goes in comes in all in the same way. Your stomach doesn't have separate compartments to separate your food. So maybe he's eating both at once. So I'm going to glue and tape my little tree / broccoli and my sad little fish into my sharky's mouth. And how silly is that? But it's cool, I think. Why not? Why can't a shark have vegetables and his meat too? So I hope you like this project. This is why Miss T does not let me run any art project, because I go a little sideways and I take a very long time. But I hope you all had fun and enjoyed it. If you want to see any more art projects, or you see something on the computer, or you see something in the newspaper or wherever, let Miss T know, and maybe we can try to make that art project happen. Or maybe you can make your own little video at home and make your own little art project to share with your friends. All right, everybody, don't forget to write your name on your art project and to put the date on. If you need help with writing your name or putting the date, make sure you ask an adult, because we want to see your work, and we can probably frame this and show this. I think your project looks beautiful. All right, have a good day, everybody. Enjoy. Take care.